17 grams of protein in this little bowl of crackers. Do you hear that? You hear that crunchy, crazy action? Yeah, let this be your sign to stop buying crackers and make these high protein lentil crackers instead. You just need 3 ingredients plus whatever spices you want, baby, and you'll have a cracker that's way cheaper than store-bought and much higher in protein and fiber, which actually makes it a filling snack that's not just carbs and fat. If you know me and you watch my videos, then you already know that I love adding legumes to practically everything I make. And so, I am taking everything I have learned so far about lentils, which is a lot, and applying it to these amazing, super crunchy, delicious lentil crackers. They're low fat, high fiber, high protein. They're just like the whole package. And they're ridiculously easy to make. So let's grab a blender, shall we? Because that's the only equipment we need. So the first step to these crackers is we gotta soak our lentils. We're using red split lentils. These are super cheap. You can really find them anywhere. But if you can't find them, check the Indian or Asian food aisle at your local grocery store. That's where I always get them from. All you have to do is soak them in a bowl of water overnight. Once the lentils have finished their soaking experience, we're just going to drain them in a sieve over the sink, give them a good rinse because sometimes they have some dirt, dust, and debris, which don't make for a great cracker. Then get your oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and prepare 1 to 2 large baking sheets with some parchment paper. It really depends on how big or small your sheets are. You will need a pretty high-powered blender, so I recommend something like a Vitamix, and then in go all the lentils. The only liquid we're using to help the lentils blend is a bit of water, 1/2 cup in fact. You don't need really any more than that because, fun fact, soaked lentils have a lot of water in them already, which makes them really easy to blend and negates the need for very much water. Case in point, my lentil pizza crust. Actually, that recipe is what inspired these lentil crackers. Cause the crunch on that pizza crust, if you remember, mind-blowing. Next in, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I'm using pink Himalayan because that's just what I have, what I like, and what I use. Yes, you do need this much salt because a salty cracker is the only cracker that I will eat. These spices, I'm using granulated garlic, onion powder, and smoked paprika. 2 teaspoons of each. 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. This adds delicious, savory, kind of umami, slightly cheesy flavor, while also adding a hefty dose of protein and B vitamins. And lastly, we're gonna add 1/2 cup of oat flour. Why? Very similarly to my pizza crust, it adds extra crispy crunch factor while also adding an extra boost of fiber. We're just gonna pop a lid on her and just blend her up until we have a nice smooth lentil batter. It looks something like this. Et voila, nice and thick. This is what we want. So the next step is to observe how much batter is in the blender. I have practically 2 cups, which is not bad. What we're gonna do is give our parchment-lined little trays here a nice spray of some cooking oil. Just enough until it's coated. Measure out about 1 cup or half of your batter if you're using 2 sheets like I am. Spread it out onto your parchment paper. Now this step is very important. If you have something that's kind of flat like this, like a bench scraper or a spatula, use that because we really want to get the thinnest, most even layer possible without it being too thick. Probably about 3 to 4 millimeters is really all we want. This might take a couple minutes and you might not get it perfect on the first try, and that's okay. And repeat. Like I said, it can be a little bit tricky and finicky the first time you do it, and that's okay. The key is the thinner the cracker, the crispier, crunchier it will be. And if you end up having some parts that are thicker, not only will they take a little bit longer to cook, but they'll end up just being kind of chewy instead of crispy. So you want to really strike that balance between not too thin and not too thick. Okay. We're in business here. That wasn't too difficult. Now what I like to do is I like to take a little pinch of salt and just lightly sprinkle over the top of each sheet pan. And then this is optional, but highly recommended. I like to take some sesame seeds. These just add the most delicious, nutty crunch. Just adds so much extra roasty, toasty flavor that I think is delicious. You don't have to do sesame seeds, you could do poppy seeds, or just skip it entirely. Totally up to you. Now we're just going to pop these in the oven for their first go around for about 10 to 12 minutes until the crackers are about halfway done cooking. In the meantime, while we're waiting for that cracker magic to happen, I just want to talk to you guys for like 1 second about Compliment. You've seen me talk about their protein powders like 1,000 bajillion times on the channel and in multiple recipes. What you probably don't see me talk about a lot are their supplements. I take the Compliment Essentials Multivitamin and the For Her Women's Multi-Nutrient every single day. I know that I'm getting literally every single thing I need as a plant-based person who eats a plant-based diet, and I feel great. My skin has cleared up tremendously over the last couple years since I've been taking them, because I used to have like really bad acne, but I swear, the women's For Her has drastically helped my skin. So if you guys are looking for some really great, high quality plant-based supplements for plant-based people, made by plant-based people, definitely check out Compliment in the description box below. I got a sweet discount code for you that'll save you 15% off your first order. Check it out. Back to the crack-a-lackers. Okay. Burning off my eyebrows. Beautiful. So, what we do now that they're halfway cooked is we very carefully, lifting from the edges of the parchment paper, remove the crackers from the tray temporarily, relocate your tray, and yoink. Look at that, see? Like, they're starting to look kind of crackerish, yeah? If you touch them, you can see they're still soft, still have a little bit of firmness to them. They're not crispy yet. What I like to do now is with either a pizza cutter or a sharp knife, I carefully cut them into little squares, starting by doing little rows. Gotta press down firmly to make sure you've actually cut through the whole layer. And then we go the other way. Observe, you see they're still kind of bendy, but they look cracker shaped. Flop these back on the baking sheet and repeat with the other ones. Perfect. So I'm just gonna give the top side here one quick little spray of cooking oil. This just really does help to give them extra crisp without adding a ton of extra calories. And if you are someone who's oil conscious, you can skip this. So now what I like to do, now that I've sprayed the top, is I like to flip it over, let the top side of those crackers get nice and crisped. One thing I'm just gonna quickly point out, you might notice that the edge pieces will get crispier a lot faster than the middle pieces. So these are the ones you're gonna wanna keep your eye on when we pop the tray back into the oven. They're gonna be the ones you're gonna need to pop out first so they don't burn, and while we let the rest of the middle center pieces cook thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? Finally, we'll just add one more little cheeky sprinkle of salt for maximal flavor and deliciousness, and pop them back in for approximately 10 to 12-ish minutes. Possibly even up to 14-ish minutes. Like I said, you're gonna wanna keep your eye on this second go around because the edge pieces could burn. We don't want that. Gotta pop them out every couple minutes, remove any that are getting borderline too crispy. You're also gonna wanna hit that subscribe button below. If you haven't already joined the Steamy Vegan fam, it's a lot of fun here. I just love helping people learn how to cook delicious, high protein, healthy, plant-based, delicious things every single week. And I would love to help you live your happiest, plantiest life. And hey, it would really help me if you subscribe because I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers this year. Yay! Ugh. And that would be great, so thanks. Hello, do you see this bowl of pure, crunchy lentil cracker perfection? Oh my God, okay, but we're not actually officially done yet. You know why? I'll tell you why. One thing I have discovered that makes these crackers taste even more mucho grande delicious is to add a little bit of extra seasoning on them as soon as they come out of the oven while they're still warm. I basically just took a little blend of all the spices I already added to the batter, and I'm just gonna lightly sprinkle them all over this here situation. Add a little, give the bowl a little delicate toss. Do you hear that? You hear that crunchy, crazy action? That is no joke. Kind of somewhat giving Doritos vibes. My friends, do you see this glorious cracker action? Look how thin it is. Oh. Oh boy, that's a cracker. Need I say more? Need I? If your snacks aren't high protein, you need to make these red lentil crackers. I am never buying store-bought crackers ever again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want more fun lentil recipes, check out my lentil waffles and lentil pizza crusts. See you in the next video. Ta-ta! Let's get cracking. There's a lentil stuck to my finger.